Because what James is saying, it says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kinds, because we know that the testing of your faith develops perseverance. See, if you don't face pain, you'll never ever become a person who has perseverance. And if you don't ever develop perseverance, the scripture says that you will not be mature, you will not be complete, you will be lacking something. I gotta be very, very honest with you. I know a lot of good people. In fact, I know a lot of great people. I know a lot of Christian people. Yet just because they're good, great, and Christian doesn't mean that they are complete.
Misunderstanding, yeah, it might sound dope, cause in among me really feeling that way. It's too heavy and it's sinking, but trust me, just wait. When the time comes, you pick what a blessing has been. You grow security, immunity, and deliver the win. Nothing in this life is instantaneous. Yeah, our pain is prep for the miraculous. Listen, so this track called 23. Why is it called 23? It's just like Michael Jordan, the fact of life is just legendary. No pain can supersede the Father. And the same goes for all the others. So your addiction, your depression, and your physical state, and your mind state. Our God is iconic, He's got the strength to the end, and He remains present, He won't forsake a friend. Listen, I'm not gonna lie and say I've never struggled. I've been on this marathon, just like I'm Nipsey Hussle. But there was a wise man who told me, God bless His name. We don't go through, we grow for our pain. We don't go through, we grow for our pain. We don't go through, we grow for our pain. Mecca, 60, young Taylor grown up, 20 years old. But let me speak on something 4 years back. Okay. This is a story about a young, 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 young. This is a story about a young, young brother. This is a story about a young, young brother. This is a story about a young, 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 young. This is a story about a young, young brother. This is a story about a young, young brother. This is a story about a young, 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 young. This is a story about a young, young brother. Pursuing my dreams, 6. You see, we're winning as a team, 60. You know what I mean, What you saying about that? Night and day, this I call it, this I roll. When the time is right, He'll say go. Yeah, Gotti and Angel, I'm so faithful. See the Lord is by the ass in every single fashion. See the Lord is by the ass in every single fashion. This is a story about a young, young brother. This is a story about a young, 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 young. This is a story about a young, young brother. Listen. On the 16th of December 1999, there was a little kid that was brought to life. He was born in the UK, but he he was always an African at heart, and Lord knows how this would all reflect in his art. From a very young age, he was seen as a dreamer, had aspirations so high you could not count the meters. He wanted to be an actor, a football player, even follow the family tradition. But there was one dream that was his true ambition. So when the kid turned 16, he felt challenged by God. His true passion came to light. Producing was embedded in his soul, writing clues in the scroll, all to fulfill this role. Now from that seed, a beautiful tree has grown. The fruit is sweet, and it's not mine alone. Because of our own strength, we are saved because his mercy has no end. And by the washing and regeneration of our spirit, we become renewed by the grace of the Holy Spirit. As I repent and atone, I form anew. The heart of stone will no longer do. My old self starts to wither, and yet people will not mourn as a new creation is born. Yeah, yo, Zanara, to the old and broken George Taylor. As I look and reflect another drama, go rinse, we ended that saga. This is a new phase, round two, homie, let's play. Young Mecca is ready to shine today. New challenges and new hurdles. Another Dre trap for that journal. The Lord is leading us to keep on moving, keep on grinding. Might be Johnson, my way, but I politely decline him. We moving past them, we overcome them. We moving forward, that's what we order. Yeah, new creation. This one about to rock the whole nation. Instead of breaking like whole for chilling like cold, we're edging to a new goal and we never go for my chains are got. I've been set free, glass and lines, but still got the same effects on me. Born again, reaching how one day I will fly. You and I, siblings and Christ, we so beyond the skies. Yeah, this is destined for the love of mercy. I got thank him. Even when I'm waiting, getting frustrated, I feel my goals are diving. I see God's greatest plan, I come to perfect timing. Yeah, it's honor to the Omega, y'all do it by sense. See, trust me, it's useless. I'm falling, I'm human. I don't know what's best. I say that with my chest. Yeah. But grace overflows, washing me from my sins and mistreatings. The old is gone, I put the new is come. The Father is still as always, he's never done.
To IKON Youth. It is so good to be together. So good. We've got some excited people here in the room, and I hope you are all excited as well watching online. My name's Hannah, and it is my privilege to welcome everyone watching tonight, especially if it is your first time. So if it is your first time watching tonight, why don't you put a little waving hand emoji in the comments so that we can celebrate you and welcome you tonight. And if it is your first time, make sure, or even if it is not your first time and you just haven't done this yet, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram. And I learned something new today. This is how out of date with technology I am. Ding-donging that bell is not the same as subscribing. So even if you are subscribed, make sure you ding-dong that bell so you get notifications for when we are live at Youth. Well, that just shows my age, and that just shows how much I am not into technology, and I have learned a lot. But you guys are on the ball. You guys know what you are doing. So you will know and you will be ready for what is going to be an incredible night tonight. There is so many amazing things happening. We have got I think I'm right in saying we've got the Champions League back in the room tonight. We've got an incredible speaker tonight. And in just 30 seconds time, we have got worship. So right now, what I need you to do is I need you to stand up from wherever you are. I need you to practice your best dance move and get ready for worship tonight, because it is going to be starting in just a moment. So IKON Youth, have an incredible night, and let's get ready to worship together.
Wherever you are. Waking up knowing there's a reason. All my dreams come alive. Life is for living with you. I've made my decision. Come on.
and good evening, IKON Youth.
I don't know if I got honestly.
I'm out of breath. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
My name is George, and you are?
I'm Rachel.
Hello, Rachel. Do I need to come in a little bit? Excellent stuff. Excellent. Well, wasn't it amazing to have This Is Living back on the set list?
It was, and I loved it so much. I'm so happy.
What a tune. Banger. Love that song. Love that song.
Are you ready for tonight, George?
For tonight, I am ready.
Good.
Are you ready for tonight?
I don't think so.
Are you ready in the comments? Because right now, it's time for the Champions League!
Yes!
And with hands on hearts, we get ready.
Oh, yeah.
This is like the intro bit. This is the bit that...
This always confuses me.
Yeah. You gotta wait for the choir to kick in. Stand up in your living room, stand up in your bedroom, wherever you are, put your hands there. Ready? Ready? The champions! Yes! It's the Champions League. It is time for Interfuego.
To win! Yeah!
Hold on, Interfuego versus Gold Diggers. You see, Rach, we're both Interfuego, right?
Yeah.
We're both Interfuego. And so there is a requirement of us to be neutral. And when I say that, I mean tonight, hand on heart, I'm going to be proper neutral. I'm not going to be Rachel Benja neutral, where I say I'm going to be neutral, and then just like I'm biased towards my team.
I prayed about this because it's something I'm struggling with.
Yeah, you see, this is what we've been praying and fasting for this week, is the strength to be neutral.
I've been dedicated to this. I'm going to do it.
Great. Rach, why don't you explain what game we're going to play tonight?
Okay, so we're doing like a oldie, but kind of bringing it into the present world, because a lot of time we've done who tweeted it, didn't we?
We've done who tweeted it,
We've
yeah.
done who tweeted it.
Who Facebooked it?
Yeah, we've done that one.
Facebook?
That's for old people.
Ooh, no.
Get rid of that. So we are bringing it to the present day world. We're not quite TikTok level yet though, George, are we?
You see, I've not seen any embarrassing TikToks yet from any of our leaders, so...
I can think Imi's probably done quite a few. So we are doing Instagram. So we're going to give you an embarrassing picture from dating far, far back, many years ago.
Way back down the grid. Way back down the grid.
We decided last week, didn't we, that a lot of them are getting old. No, not commenting who.
You said it, not me.
Anyway, so we are going to show you their, what do you call it? The caption.
No, what we're going to do is we're going to show them a blurred picture.
Yes.
We're going to show them a blurred picture, right? And they've got to tell us who Instagrammed it. Yeah, and as a clue, we'll tell you what the caption is. If you're struggling in the comments, we'll tell you what the caption is.
So, Tom, I hope you're ready. We're going to I've got the comments here. So,
You've got the comments. Do you want me to get have you got the Instagrams and I'll get the comments?
Yeah.
You know what order they're in. Let's do that. So,
are you ready, Tom? Let's put the first Instagram up. You need to guess which leader posted it.
Okay. It's the first one up, guys, in the room.
I've not seen them blurred yet.
Someone give me a thumbs up in the room if it's up. Excellent. Thanks very much. Okay. So my thing is slightly behind.
Mine is too.
So we're going to find out. So, Rach, why don't you read the caption? Why don't you read the caption on this one?
Ready?
So I think this is a tough one. This is a really tough one.
Yeah. You ready?
Ready.
A chip and the Queen. Hashtag Christmas. Hashtag party. This emoji.
Right.
Can you guess who it is?
Because the thing is, it's somebody, it's one of our leaders and their friends.
It is.
So which one is the friend? Which one is the leader? That's going to be the difficult.
We've got a guess.
We've got a guess, but it's not right,
It's
Rebecca
not right.
Mahandu.
It's not right. Come on, guys.
I tell you what, I think people are finding this tough.
I like Max's comment of Miranda Sings. George, do you know who that is?
I don't.
No?
No,
Okay.
I don't. Oh, we've got a correct answer.
And she's into Fuego.
Hold on. Rachel, neutral. She's into Fuego.
Okay.
Staying neutral. But it is Zanetta Mumba. Well done, Zanetta.
No. Yay, well done. Points
Well
to
done.
your
You have won
track.
points
to
for Into Fuego.
Into Fuego.
I am neutral.
Strong belief too. Like, it has nothing.
Me too.
Y'all are talking about more like a.
Right, okay. Anyway, it is Molly. It was
It is
Molly.
Molly Evans.
Should we show... Pardon? Can leaders play, Rachel?
I don't think so.
I'm going to leave the decision to you on this one.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
So leaders are out, I'm afraid.
No.
So have we shown the actual image on the actual clear one? Fantastic team. Thank you very much. Tom, let's have the next one up. And Rach, do you want to read the comments straight away?
The comments or the caption.
The caption. Sorry. Yeah, the caption.
So much fun yesterday. Thanks everyone who took photos. There
Was
we
that
go.
an impression?
No.
Would you say it's not even an accurate impression?
No.
No, okay. Okay.
But I'm trying to throw them off, you know?
Okay.
Oh, it does. I can't find the date.
Oh. I think we've got a correct answer. And it's coming from...
I need my glasses.
It's coming from Zanetta Mumba again.
Yeah. Well done.
Well done,
Well
you,
done.
Zanetta Mumba. It was Katie. It was Katie Harris. Can we show the clear image on the screen as well?
This is proper like 2013, 14 Instagram vibes, isn't it? But kind of, this
What, like
wasn't
edgy,
from...
candid,
Yeah.
sort of planned, like planned,
Yeah.
candid photo. Although that still happens now, I think.
It's like, what is she looking at? We need to see, what do people think she's looking at?
I think what's happened here, because I get the impression that that's at like a Christian event or possibly Rock Nations. I think what she's seen is she's seen Jake across the way.
Maybe. Do you know I was going to say something on this? Right, okay. So, when I found this is probably one of her first Instagram posts, this must have dated back before them two were together. Look who's liked it.
No!
The first one on there is Jake Floyd.
Outed.
So he's
Outed.
scrolled down. Shall we move on to the next one?
Oh, yes, let's move on quickly.
I'm not nice, okay?
That's hilarious. Right, next one. Let's go.
Oh, this is hilarious, this caption. Is the photo up?
Okay.
Photo
Is it
up.
on the screen, the next one?
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Great. Thanks, team. Let's read the caption, Rach.
It's these hashtags. They're
Oh,
calling
these hashtags.
these hashtags.
Are they cringeworthy?
Hashtag selfie. Hashtag selfie with the macaroni cheese. At Oxygen Youth. Hashtag Oxygen 13.
With the macaroni cheese.
The macaroni and cheese.
Duh. As
Duh.
in, duh macaroni. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Exactly.
Right, have we got anyone? Oh, the Mumbas are on fire tonight. It's the other Mumba, not Olivia, not Nancy or Moetti. It is Hannah Mumba got there first on that one. And the Gold Diggers are quite happy about it in the room.
Should we? I'm gonna spice it up a bit.
You're going to
There's
spice
a
it up
TikTok
a
where
bit?
it's like add a little spice. Does anyone know what I'm on about?
The Chris Eubank one. You know, let's add a little spice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, so how are you
So-
spicing this next one up then?
I'm gonna read the caption first.
Okay, Tom,
And
I
then-
hope you're getting this wherever you are.
And
Tom.
then I'm going to. This is probably my favourite because I feel like it's one of the most embarrassing ones.
Okay.
It's this one.
You think that's embarrassing?
Compared to where the person is now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? Okay. So, the caption is, loved my prom hair. Hashtag prom. Hashtag fun. Hashtag friends. And of course, hashtag school.
Okay, Tom, let's show that one on screen. Is it? Team, just give me a thumbs up if it's on. Yeah, brilliant, thank you. Okay. I must say, I am seeing a lot more gold diggers in the comments than I am from Interfuego tonight.
I do that. Come on, guys.
So,
Into Fuego.
We've got a wrong answer. We've got 2 wrong answers on the comments so far.
It's the mumbers again commenting first, though.
I tell you
Come
what,
on, guys.
the mumbers' Wi-Fi is rapid.
They're all saying Rosie.
No. That's
Rosie is offended, so I want your apologies.
Yes. Apologise right now, everybody.
Do.
Just read
Megan,
us.
we've got a Megan. A Luke, we got a Joel.
No. Nathaniel.
Oh,
We've got a right answer. Coming all the way from Mansfield, Lucy Eaton.
well done, guys.
You are correct. It was Lucy Hurd. It was Lucy Hurd. Just after prom, I take it. Or at prom.
It was at prom, showing her hair with a tiara.
A tiara for prom. A tiara for prom. Do you think this was Mean Girls? You're a prom queen. You're a prom queen. Sorry if it's Lucy. You're a prom queen. You're a prom queen. Anyway.
Mean Girls is coming on to Netflix.
Okay. So that makes it 2 each, right?
Yeah.
And we've got 1 more. Winner takes all tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
This might be my favourite, actually. The most posiest.
Yeah, some good.
It's great.
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Okay. So remember, we're asking for the person who posted it, correct?
Yes.
The person who posted it. So.
Caption first. Do you want to read?
Yeah.
the caption?
You do the captions. You do
Okay.
the captions.
You ready? Media selfie.
Yo, this kind of my bro.
Let's show the picture.
I mean, I wasn't lying, man.
Is it up? Is it up, gang?
Still,
Great stuff.
taking us on a journey. For real.
So.
Well, we better sit back and enjoy the ride.
Okay.
Guess
The picture's up, and it's
Come
a
on,
winner
into
takes all
Fuego.
situation. Remember, we're asking
It's George, apparently.
for JB.
We've got Tom Brady.
We're asking for the person who posted it. So,
We have a winner.
we have a winner.
We have a winner. But who is this winner? There's many names in the comments.
So many names in the comments, but there can be only 1 correct answer, and it is,
Drum roll, please.
ladies and gentlemen,
It's
it's Hannah Mumba!
Which means it is the win for the Gold Diggers.
You got it correct, Hannah. It was Amy posting a #media selfie with her and Sam. So, is that your
copying it.
media selfie?
I want some from tonight with Tom and Sam recreating that photo.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, Gold Diggers, well done. You take the points tonight. Into Fuego. We battle again next week. We go again next week. But right now, we're going to take a very, very short break. So loosen up, get yourself ready, because we're going to go back to worship in just a few seconds.
words together. How I live for the moments where I'm still in your presence. All noise dies down. Lord, speak to me now. You have all my attention. I will linger and listen. I can't miss a thing. Lord, I know my heart wants more of you. My heart wants something new, so I surrender all. All I want is to live within your love, be undone by who you are. My desire is to know you deeper. Lord, I will open up again, throw my fears into the wind. I am desperate for a touch of heaven. You're the fire in the morning, you're the cool in the evening, the breath in my soul, all the life in my bones. There is no hesitation in your love and affection. It's the sweetest of all. Lord, I know my heart wants more of you. My heart wants something new, so I come on, surrender all. All I want is to live within your love, be undone by who you are. My desire is to know you deeper. Lord, I will open up again, throw my fears into the wind. I am desperate for a touch of heaven. Come on, let's worship. I open up my heart to you. Come on. I open up my heart to you now, to do what only you can. Jesus, have your way in me now. I open up my heart to you. Come on. I open up my heart to you now. So do what only you can. Jesus, have your way.
My desire is to know you deeper. Lord, I will open up again, throw my fears into the wind. I am desperate for a touch of heaven. Oh, to Jesus I surrender. Oh, to Him I freely give. Come on. I will ever love and trust Him. In His presence daily live. Come on, let's go. Oh, to Jesus I surrender. Oh, to Him I freely give. I will ever love and trust Him. In His presence daily. Oh, to Jesus I surrender. Oh, to Him I freely give. I will ever love and trust Him. In His presence daily. Your mercy triumphs over judgment. Love wider than the rising, stronger than ocean. Lord, your kindness leads us to repentance, to the heart of God. Your heart of God is all I want. Come on, let's praise His name together. Come on.
Brilliant. Let's give it up. Let's give a massive shout of praise to Jesus tonight, everyone. There we go. I came in on time. You guys missed it. In the middle of worship, I proper came in for it at the completely wrong time. It was really funny. But anyway, hi, everyone. I hope you're all doing amazing tonight. Haven't we got the best worship team, guys? Like, we have got the best worship team in the world, and that was an incredible set. But yeah, I am going to be speaking to you tonight, and I'm really, really excited that I've got the honour of bringing you our second part in the series that we're doing at the minute called The Setup. Nathan spoke an incredible message last week on calling, and I'm super, super excited to be bringing you this week's message. Because, it's a great series to start our year off, because let's be honest, most of us had already written off 2021. We're 2 weeks in, we're already done with it all. But honestly, I really believe that God has got something incredible in store for us this year. Us as individuals, but us as a youth ministry, I really think God is going to do something insane through us this year. So, yeah, I'm going to be speaking to you today. And I want to start off by talking to you about something, a debate that I had with somebody the other week. So anybody that knows me will know that I love a good debate. I can be quite argumentative and defensive at some points, which means that, I'm a great person to debate with. And I was having a chat, I was having a reunion with some of my uni friends about a couple of weeks ago. And the topic came up of the way girls and guys communicate. And there was a bit of a debate about how sometimes girls apparently say things that they don't mean. And guys claim that they don't know what they mean and that they're expected to just know what we mean, right? And whilst I agree that there are certain phrases that some girls say that we don't necessarily mean, I would argue that 9 times out of 10, guys do know what we mean, and they're not listening properly, let's be honest. Like, there are a couple, right? I know I'm going to get hate for this. I know all the guys are going to come for me. But, like, let's be honest, there are a couple that I will, like, admit, we say, like, if a girl says, I'm okay, usually it means she's not okay. But there's ones like, when a girl says, nothing, forget about it, right? In all honesty, if a girl is in the middle of an argument and she goes, nothing, forget about it, do you really think that's not sarcasm? Is that really hard to, like, interpret? Like, I think it's obvious that she doesn't mean forget about it. It means don't forget about it and work out what you've done wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's obvious. And another one that this guy that I was debating with came up with, he said, this one I completely disagree with. He said, when a girl says 5 minutes, she means half an hour. Right? No. Let me just say, for 3 years at uni, I lived with at least one guy I had living in my flat or my house. Guys take just as long to get ready as girls. Girls are not always late. It is not just a girl thing. Like, a guy takes just as long in the bathroom as a girl, doing his hair, shaving, plucking his eyebrows. Don't tell me that guys are really, like, always on time, because it's not true. It is not true at all. Stop giving girls all the stick for it, because it's not true. I can't actually see your comments, so I don't know if you agree with me or not, but, I'll find out later. But yeah, we had this big argument about how debate, about how guys and girls communicate, and how girls maybe communicate and they're not necessarily always clear in what they're saying. But what I love and what I really want to talk about tonight is how God isn't complicated. His love for us isn't complicated. And sometimes I think we can overcomplicate it because we compare it to human love. Because as humans, universally, we are imperfect, which means sometimes the way that we love is imperfect. Like, how many times have you been hurt by somebody that you loved before? And because of that, I think we can find it hard to comprehend that God's love isn't like that God's love is simple in the fact that it's unmerited, it's unconditional, and it is never going away. God's love is perfect. If we look in 1 John 4, verse 16, it goes, there is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out all fear, because fear has to do with punishment. The only one who fears is not made perfect in love. We love because he first loved us. Is anybody here grateful for the fact that they have a God that loves them tonight? Like, that we have a God whose love for us is so perfect that it drives out all fear? That his love for us is unconditional, that he loves us so much that he has a plan, he has a purpose for our life. He wants us to win in life. God's love for us is so strong that he sent his one and only son down to die for us. It's the love of a father. If we look at 1 John 3, verse 1, it says, see how much our Father loves us, for he calls us his children, and that is what we are. It's the love of a father. Now, believe it or not, guys, I don't have any children. I know it's hard, it's crazy, right? I know, you wouldn't think it. I'm not old enough, apparently. Oh, well, technically I am. But I don't have any children. In fact, probably most people watching don't have children, unless you're a bit older. Not saying anything. Jokes, Ben and Hannah aren't old. Joking, I don't have any children, so I don't know what it's like to love a child, believe it or not. But from the opposite end of the spectrum, I know what it's like with me and my parents, and I feel so blessed and so thankful for my parents, because I know that no matter what I've done, where I've gone, no matter what choices I have made, and trust me, I have made some questionable choices in my lifetime, but no matter what choices I have made, my parents have supported me in every single one of them. They're my biggest cheerleaders, and it's because they love me and they care about me and they want me to win in life. God wants us to win in life. And one of the most important things when it comes to winning in life, one of the most important things that makes such a big difference is, it's going to sound cringy, but you're just going to have to deal with it. It's learning how to love yourself. It is so important that we learn how to love ourselves. We learn how and understand just how valuable and just how worthy we are. That when we look at ourselves, we see what God sees in us. In Matthew 22, verse 39, it says, And the second is like it. Love your neighbour as you love yourself. Because they go hand in hand, don't they? You can't love your neighbour if you don't first learn how to love yourself. And how we see ourselves matters. It really matters, because if we don't love ourselves, then how can we love anybody else? And when we truly acknowledge our proper value, our true worth, when we see what God sees when he looks at us, it changes everything, because it gives us the confidence and fully sets us up to step into everything that God has for us. It's the key to winning in life. Now, I know what you're probably all thinking, right? It's one of those things that we say all the time, but in reality, it's not that easy. It's one of those things that is so much easier said than done. So I kind of want to talk to you tonight around 3 things that I think are really going to help you on that journey. They're really going to help you on that journey to recognizing your value, recognizing your worth, knowing your identity in God, and loving the person that God created you to be. So the first one that I've got, if you're writing notes, is avoid the comparison trap. So, comparison. It's a pretty big one, isn't it? Let's be honest. Comparison is something that we do on a day-to-day basis. We are constantly comparing ourselves to other people, whether that is, with our friends, our families, in schools, whether that's on social media, whether that's comparing ourselves with people in films, on TV. We even compare ourselves to a random person that we see walking on the street. We don't know their lives. We don't know what's happening behind closed doors, and yet we still compare ourselves to them. Same with on social media. We'll compare our everyday with somebody else's highlight reel, and we forget that one picture doesn't tell the whole story. And we know that, and yet we still compare ourselves. But the thing is with comparison, it's a tricky one, because not all comparison's bad. You've got healthy comparison. You've got the kind of comparison that helps you become a better person, where you can look to people that inspire you and help you become a better version of yourself. In fact, I'd even argue that kind of comparison is essential for us to grow in life. But then you've also got comparison that's on the opposite end of the spectrum. You've got the comparison that makes you feel like rubbish. You've got the comparison that makes you feel really bad about your life. You've got the unhealthy comparison. And the issue with that is that kind of comparison, it sucks the joy out of everything. How many times have you been genuinely happy with something that you've got or something in your life, and then you see somebody else that looks like they've got something better, and suddenly you're not happy with what you've got anymore? It happens all the time. We end up falling into that comparison trap. And the issue is I think it's one of the biggest things that the devil uses to take away our confidence and to stop us from stepping into everything that God has for us. And we need to start to remember that what makes somebody else great is different to what makes you great. So I'm going to talk to you about a guy in the Bible. His name's David. I'm sure you've all heard of him. He is the guy that, got a stone, threw at a giant, killed him. And I'm going to talk to you about that story, but I'm going to talk to you about the bit before that, before he faces Goliath. He was preparing, this was just before he was going out to face him, and he was preparing himself to go and fight Goliath. And I'm going to speak from 1 Samuel 17, verse 38 to 40. And it says, "Then Saul dressed David in his own tunic. He put a coat of armor on him and a bronze helmet on his head. David fastened his sword over the tunic and tried walking around because he was not used to them. 'I cannot go in these,' he said to Saul, 'because I am not used to them.' So he took them off. And then he took his staff in his hand, chose 5 smooth stones from the stream, and put them in his pouch in his shepherd's bag. And with his sling in his hand, he approached the Philistine." So David tried on Saul's armor, realized it didn't work for him, so took it off and wore what did work for him. Because he knew that armor was designed for Saul. And he didn't get all annoyed about it. He didn't get all stressed. He didn't go, "Oh, well, why doesn't that fit me? I want that armor to fit me like it fits Saul." He didn't. He accepted the fact that it didn't work for him, and actually he should be wearing something else. Because we're all different, aren't we? We all have different journeys. We all have different callings. We all have different plans. We all have different lives. A lot of you will know that currently in my life, I am learning how to drive at the minute. I've been learning how to drive for a very long time. It feels like years. I would not advise learning how to drive in a pandemic. It doesn't work well. But there was a time at the end of last year where I was getting really frustrated with this because my driving test had been cancelled for like the third time this year, and I was getting really stressed. And I looked at a picture on Instagram, and I saw my brother just doing an Instagram post, and he was in his car. And instantly, I felt myself just get really frustrated and really jealous. I was like, oh my gosh, like, he learned to drive when he was 18. Like, that's so unfair. Like, he's been driving around for years, and here I am, 22, nearly 23, and I still can't drive. I was getting really frustrated. And then a few weeks later, I was on the phone to him, and I was just talking about something random, something to do with uni. And he turns to me and he goes, you know, I'm really jealous of you. And I was like, why? He's like, because you got to go to uni, you got to have that experience, and I'm really jealous of that. And in that moment, something just clicked for me. I was like, he's jealous of me, and I'm jealous of him. I was like, why aren't we both just grateful and thankful for what we have? And I thought to myself, I was like, when he was 18, he decided, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to work full time, and I'm going to be able to afford to drive when I'm younger. And that worked for him. I decided I'm going to go to uni, I'm going to choose to spend my money there, and I'm going to have that experience. Both options are great. They're just different. And it's okay to have different journeys because, like I said earlier, we all have different journeys. We all have different paths. We all have different things that we're meant to be doing. Like, God has given us all different things to us for a reason. We've all got different passions, we've all got different personalities, we've all got different friendship groups, we've all got different callings, we've all got different plans for our lives. And that's okay. We need to start to get good at being you. You need to remember that what makes somebody else great is different to what makes you great. And when we recognize that and we're thankful for what we have and thankful for the path that God's put us on, it's the key to winning in life. So that's number one. Number two is check your circle. So who we surround ourselves with, it matters. The people that we spend the most time with on a day-to-day basis matters. Because when we spend time with people, it gives them the power to influence us. It can influence our mood, it can influence our behavior, it can influence the way we think and the way we feel about things. It can even influence the way we think and the way we feel about ourselves. So it's important that when on our day-to-day, we're thinking about who we're surrounding ourselves with and we're thinking about whose words we are listening to. We need to make sure that the bulk of our time, we are spending time with people that are having a positive impact on us. We need to ask ourselves, are the people I'm surrounding myself with helping me or are they hindering me? In 1 Corinthians 15, verse 33, it says, do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. And Proverbs 27, verse 17 says, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. We need to be aware of the words that we are listening to. We need to be aware of whose words we're letting impact our lives and whose words we're letting impact how we see ourselves. Because it matters, because they influence who we are and how we feel and how we see ourselves. And that's why God gave us the church, right? So that we could have a place that we could come where we will be surrounded by people that want to build us up and not knock us down. Where we will be surrounded by people that want to encourage us and help us live our best lives. That's why God created the church. And that's why we need to be careful about who we listen to. There was a period in my life that I'm going to tell you about when I was younger. And it was a period where I kind of didn't do that. And I surrounded myself with the wrong people, and I listened to the wrong people, and that had a really bad effect on me. It affected me for much longer than it should have done. It was around about, I'd say year 9. I was around about 13, 14, and I got into a friendship group that really weren't great for me, because they They were kind of like the popular girls. And they were very, very focused on outward appearance, how they looked. They wanted to be liked. You know, back then it was all, anybody my age will know, it's like Hollister, Jack Wills, the Jane Norman bags, all of that, you know, the Jesus bracelets. What a time. But the group that I was in were really like concentrated on that. They really cared about that kind of thing. And because I was in that friendship group, I felt that pressure to be like them. And I felt the pressure to have those things. Because if I didn't, they'd look down on me. And as I got older, I hoped it would get better. But in fact, it didn't. We got to the age where it became, you know, about going out, drinking, partying, all of that stuff. And then it came to the age with boys and, you know, trying to impress boys, getting in relationships and all of that. And suddenly I felt a huge pressure to do the things that my friends were doing. I felt a huge pressure to be how they were. And they encouraged me to be like them. They would, on a regular basis, like be like, why aren't you coming out with us? Why aren't you coming to this party? Or they'd be like, oh, well, you're overweight. You need to like go on a diet. Like, and they would literally say these things to me. And for so long, I had it drilled into me that I needed to be like that in order to fit in, that I needed to be like that to be liked, to be popular. And for a long time, I let those opinions from other people control me, and I let them control how I saw myself. As I've gotten older, I've obviously realized that that's not true. And I've had to work through that. But if I could go back to that period in my life and just like shake myself and tell myself not to listen to those people, then I would. Because I had to realize that, let's be honest, people are going to have opinions of us. People are going to think things about us. They're going to put labels on us. And we can't always control that. But we do have a choice. Because we can choose to accept these things as truths and live by them. Or we can choose to discard them and live by God's truth. Because God says we're created in his image. God says that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God says that we are his masterpiece, and these are the only labels that we should be living by. So, you need to protect your heart, you need to check your circle, and you need to decide who it is you are listening to. So that's point number 2, and going on to point number 3, and the band can make their way back up. So number 3 is spend time with Jesus. Now, this one's actually the most simple one, but is actually also the most important one. There is a story in Acts about 2 of Jesus' disciples called Peter and John. It's right at the beginning of Acts. And Peter and John, they have just done this miracle. They've just healed somebody, and then they got arrested, and they got put on trial. And this verse that I'm going to read to you is from that trial, and what the council said about Peter and John during that trial. It says, Acts 4, verse 13. It says, "The council members were astonished as they witnessed the bold courage of Peter and John, especially when they discovered that they were just ordinary men who had never had any religious training. Then they began to understand the effect that Jesus had had on them simply by spending time with him." I love that line. Like that line at the end, I'm going to read it again. Then they began to understand the effect that Jesus had on them by simply spending time with him. How powerful is that? Like the way that these 2 guys walked, the way that they talked, the way that they carried themselves, it was clear that they had been with Jesus. The Bible describes these 2 men as unschooled, ordinary men. They didn't stand out. They weren't anything out of the ordinary. They weren't what society deemed as special. And yet people would look at them as they walked past. Like these 2 guys were so full of the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit gave them such a confidence to stand strong in their God-given identity that they won at life. And it's the same for us today. If we intentionally set time aside to spend with Jesus, if we make space to allow the Holy Spirit in, it will fill you with a confidence that you could never even comprehend. So I want to encourage you tonight. If you are struggling in any way with anything that I've spoken to you about tonight, if you're struggling to learn how to love yourself, if you're struggling to stand strong in what God says about you, in acknowledging your true value, your true worth, if you're struggling to recognize that true potential that God has put inside of you, if you're living your life controlled by other people's opinions and what other people think about you, if you're living your life constantly comparing yourself to everyone around you, if you're getting jealous of people and it's making you feel like rubbish and it's making you feel like you're not worthy, I just want to encourage you, after this message, talk to someone. Go talk to your Connect leader if you're in Chesterfield. Go, if you're from one of our campuses, talk to George and Rosie in Rotherham, Tom and Lucy in Derby, Alice and Jacob in Mansfield. If you're struggling with any of that, then I encourage you to talk to them. Get them to pray with you. Get them to support you on that journey. Get them to walk with you. Because it is so important that we truly learn our value, that we learn how much God loves us and how much He wants us to love ourselves. It is so important because when we start to understand that true value, when we start to understand that true worth and stand strong in that God-given identity, it gives us the confidence and it sets us up to step into everything that God has for us. It is the key to winning in life. And we need to place an importance on it. And if there's anyone here today that has never made that decision to step into that relationship with Jesus, if you've never said yes to Him, I want to give you that opportunity right now. Because let me tell you, it is the best decision that you will ever make. And if you have questions, if you have doubts, if there's things you don't understand, that's okay. Questions don't scare God. That's fine. If you've got those questions, all you have to do is say yes to Him, enter into that relationship with Him, and He will answer your questions. He will help you understand. But first, you just have to say yes to Him. You have to start that journey. Like I said, any youth leader will tell you it is the best decision you will ever make. You will never look back. So if you're making that decision for the first time tonight, I really want to encourage you. There is going to be a link in the chat, and it's going to direct you to our Instagram page. And when you get there, all you have to do is DM the Instagram page with these 3 words: I have decided. That's it, 3 words, I have decided. And somebody there will message you and help you along that journey. I really encourage you to do it. It's the best decision you will ever make. But we're going to go back into this song in a second. And before we do that, I'm just going to pray over every single one of us tonight. And I would love it if you could pray with me. I don't care where you are, whether you're on your bed, your sofa, in the bath, on the toilet, I don't care. I would love it if you could join with me in prayer tonight before we go back into this song. Yes, Lord, I just want to thank you for every single member of IKON Youth, Lord. I just want to thank you that even in this season, we can still gather together in your name tonight, Lord. And I just want to pray that every single member of IKON Youth knows how much you love them. They know how much you care about them. They know how much you want them to win in life, Lord. And I pray that they can stand confidently in that, Lord. But ultimately, Lord, I want to pray that they know how much you want them to love themselves, how you want them to see what you see when they look in the mirror. That He wants you to know how valuable you truly are, how much worth you have got, how much potential there is inside of you. And all you have to do is have the confidence to stand strong in that God-given identity and step into everything that God has for you. Lord, I just pray that you will fill people with your spirits tonight, Lord. That they will be filled with that confidence, that they will be ready to go out into the world and face what they've got to face, Lord, knowing who they are, knowing who you told them that they are. I want to pray for anybody that's struggling with comparison right now, Lord. I just want to pray that they will stop comparing themselves to everyone else, that they will be confident in who they are. They will be confident in the journey, in the path that you have put them on, Lord, that they will know you had the most incredible plan, you had the most incredible purpose for their life, Lord, and that you are going to do something incredible through them, and that they don't need to compare themselves to anyone else because they are perfect just as they are. I pray for anybody, Lord, that is feeling like their lives are controlled by other people's opinions of them, Lord, that they can break free of that tonight, Lord, that they can know truly that other opinions don't matter, but the only opinion that matters, Lord, is yours. That you are the only one that has anything to say about us, and you say that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. You say that we are made in your image, Lord. And I just want to pray for anybody that has made that decision tonight, to step into that relationship with you for the first time. I just want to pray that as they've made that decision, Lord, that you will fill them with a love and a confidence they've never felt before. That they will know that the journey that they're now going to step on is the best journey that they will ever go on, Lord. That you are going to take them places, you're going to do things through them that they never thought they would be able to do. And I want to thank you for everybody here at Youth, Lord. I want to pray that as we come away from tonight and we come away from this message, Lord, that we will just be empowered to go out into the world, Lord, to show people how much you love them, Lord, that we can go into our worlds, we can go into our schools, into our friendship groups, into our families, Lord, and we can just have that influence on the people that we come into contact to. That we will be culture changers, Lord, that we will change the environments that we're in, that we will bring your kingdom down here on earth. And that we will do that in your name, Lord. I want to thank you for everything you've done, everything you're doing, and everything you are going to do, Lord. Amen. Come on, let's sing it out, IKON Youth.
Oh, to Jesus I surrender. Oh, to him I freely give. I will ever love and trust him. In his presence daily live. Come on, let's worship together. Oh, to Jesus I surrender. Oh, to him I freely give. I will ever love and trust him. In his presence daily. Oh, to Jesus I surrender. Come on. Oh, to him I freely give. I will ever love and trust him. In his presence daily. Your mercy triumphs over judgment. Love wider than horizons, stronger than all sin. Lord, your kindness leads us to repentance, to the heart of God. Your heart, oh God, is all I want. Come on, give a shout of praise. Come on.
Wow, wasn't that an incredible message from Lucy? Why don't we thank her in the comments right now? That was just amazing. So many takeaways from there. Maybe you can put your favorite thing that Lucy said in the comments and celebrate her and thank her for that amazing, amazing, amazing message tonight. Well, IKON Youth, I hope you have had an incredible night. It has been so much fun. It has been so full of praise and of worship and just so much that we can take into our weekend and into our weeks as we leave tonight. But I just want to remind you of a few things before we go tonight. Firstly, if you did make that decision to follow Jesus for the first time, don't forget to click on that link that will take you to our Instagram page and send us a message saying, I have decided. And one of our team will be able to help you on that journey. And let me just tell you as well, it is genuinely the best decision that you will ever make in your entire life. Second thing I need to remind you of is on Sunday, we have church online on YouTube at 9:15, 11 o'clock and 6 p.m. And as IKON Youth, we are always together at the 6 p.m. in the comments. And This Sunday, we have got a special guest, so you don't want to miss it. It is going to be amazing. So make sure you're at church on Sunday. Next thing, so much information. I hope you're taking notes on the information, but it's so exciting because next Friday, we are back at IKON Youth, which is going to be another amazing night. So make sure that you are back with us next Friday. And then the Friday after that, on the 29th of January, make sure, trust me, if you miss this, you will miss out. This is going to be the highlight of 2021 so far. Make sure that you are here because we have Youth Revival Nights. It is going to be insane. It is going to blow your mind of how incredible it is going to be. So in just a moment, we are going to show you a little teaser trailer before we party out and celebrate tonight. But before we do that, IKON Youth, I just want to say, have the most incredible weekend. We love you all. We are praying for you all, and we will see you at church on Sunday. Let's watch this trailer.
Let's get ready to party out together tonight. Come on.